I've been using the iPhone 13 Pro for this past 2 weeks, and I have to say this is my favorite iPhone ever. Or should I say this is my favorite smartphone ever, period. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, the display on the 13 Pro is impeccable. The ProMotion 120Hz display is finally in the iPhone and it feels very nice, very quick, very smooth. Even iOS is known for having a great 60Hz display. The 120Hz is just something different. Also, the display refresh range down to 10Hz preserve the battery life of this phone very well, and iPhone is really good ranging their refresh rate depending on the task you're doing. Plus, one of the cool facts about the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max is that those phones are the first Apple's OLED 120Hz display and it looks beautiful. The 1000 nits of brightness is extremely bright. You can see the display under the sunlight with no problem. This phone will take your phone addiction to the next level because of the smoothness and how beautiful it is swiping down on Instagram and tapping like on that dog's booty. The battery on this phone is fantastic. I can easily go through 2 days with my normal usage, which is around 2 to 4 hours of social media, messaging apps, email, and etc. However, when I use a bunch of camera apps, 5G connections, and playing video game on the highest setting, I can kill this phone in a day. However, it will still take me around 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, so I think the battery life is really good. There's a scary fact that 92.5% of you guys are not subscribed to this channel, which makes me super scared. So if you guys can do that, please hit the like button and please hit the subscribe button. For charging, you can use a MagSafe charger, which is around 15 watts, or you can use a fast charger, which is around 20 watts for iPhone, and you can charge up to 50% in 30 minutes. And I'm telling you right now, for the battery capacity of this phone, you might need a fast charger. The 5-watt bricks for iPhone will not do the job. Alright, I am super excited for this one. The camera on this phone is phenomenal. It's just hands down the best camera I ever used on any smartphone, and I totally love this. And if you love shooting photos and videos, you should get this phone, like, period. Since all the iPhone 13s has a bigger sensor for the wide lens, I went out and tested with the previous sensor, which is in the iPhone 12 Pro. When I compare both of these cameras in real world tests, the difference are not significant, but it's noticeable. The contrast in the HDR is richer on the 13. The shadow is a bit darker and the highlights are excellent and well lit. Yet it maintains the overall exposure well, so you're not missing out of the benefit of the 4th generation HDR. If you shoot under sunlight or a very bright place, you wouldn't see the full benefit of the sensor shift OIS. But when you're walking under a dark environment or shooting a photo at night, this comes in very handy. I do prefer the looks on the 13 more than the 12. The images on 13 looks more natural to me. It doesn't have those typical iPhone HDR look that we used to get from the previous iPhones. On the photography side, the bigger sensor and the faster aperture of f1.5 provides us with a more natural blur compared to artificial blur, which is, for me, it's very beneficial. The 77mm equivalent telephoto camera is phenomenal. I used to not care about the telephoto lens. However, 77mm is close to a traditional portrait focal length in the realm of professional photography. As an ex-freelance photographer, not saying that I am professional, I feel more natural shooting with this telephotos compared to the 2X1. This year's ultra wide is hands down the best ultra wide in any iPhone. The macro feature is so fun to play around with, and not only you can shoot the standard macro, but the fact that it is an ultra wide macro makes those photos very unique and cool. The faster aperture of f1.8 will let you ultra wide to have more light and enable you to autofocus. So for photographers and videographers, this is good. The 13 Pro can shoot up to 4K 60 on the front camera, and the microphone performance is good as well. And I have to say, iPhone's front camera is one of the best front camera of any type of smartphones. Choosing photographic style on iPhone is really cool feature to have. You can basically choose any type of style that is from, prominent brands such as Samsung and Pixel and stuff. And I really love to put it in rich contrast because I do like the Pixel style of photos, but normal iPhone photo looks good as well. Cinematic mode, when it works, it is definitely cool. I'll highly suggest you guys to turn up the aperture around 5 to 8 so it will look more natural compared to when you put it down to like 2. It looks a little too blurry and artificially. The performance of A15 Bionic chip is really good, but if you've been using A13 or A14 for a daily basis, you won't feel any type of difference. The benefit of having an A15 compared to A14 is so you can shoot some cinematic mode and using some cool new features that is only limited on the 13. Yet the cool thing about Pro and the Pro Max model of this year is that you can do a little bit more multitask compared to the normal 13 and 13 mini because of the RAM size. Let's be honest here, since around A13 for everyday usage, the performance feels exactly the same, but for future-proofing, I think A15 is way better than the other iPhones. The size and the weight of this phone is hefty. Very hefty. This phone weighs at 204 grams, which is around 0.45 pounds. And from a person who's been using the 12 mini as a daily for a whole year, this phone feels like a lot of phone in my hand. You can feel the uncomfortableness of the camera bump and the size of this phone when you put this phone in your front pocket of skinny jeans. And especially for boys, if you're wearing a gym shorts and you put in this thing in your front pocket and you're moving around, your gentle area will not be pleased, because it will just keep hitting it. However, you kind of have to compromise it since Apple did provide us with a bigger and better hardware for this year's iPhone. One tip, if you're getting a MagSafe charger for your phone, please be careful when you're choosing a case, because if you get a case like me that provides a bigger bumper to protect the camera bump, you will not be able to just put it on your desk to use a MagSafe charger. You have to physically lift the MagSafe charger from your desk and attach to this phone, or you will not be able to charge your phone because the camera bump is just not letting you attach to the MagSafe. My final conclusion for a 13 Pro is that this phone is hands down one of the best iPhone that I ever used in my entire life. Not design wise, because for me iPhone 4S was the coolest phone ever, but like hardware feature and display wise, this is the best iPhone. If you're looking to purchase an iPhone 13, I'll say if you have an iPhone 11 or older, I think considering this upgrade will be a very beneficial if you an enthusiast. However, if you don't really care about 120Hz or if you're completely fine with the previous HDR look of an iPhone, I'll say go for like 11 or 12 because it will be cheaper than buying this one. And lastly, the things I don't like about this phone is number one, the side bezel is super shiny and it's a fingerprint magnet. That's the reason why I'm putting a clear case on, because I still like the matte finish on the back. And this device is still relying on lightning cable, which is USB 2.0, and the transferring speed of AirDrop and both lightning cables are very slow. And it's 2021. It will be awesome to see an iPhone to have a USB-C support and up to 30 watt of fast charging, but that is unlikely to happen, so we just have to deal with it. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, and if you guys like to watch my other videos, please hit these videos right here, and my most recent video will be right here, and my channel is gonna be right here. Anyway guys, I hope you guys have a great day. My name is Peace Gaze, you guys already know. Peace out guys.